Hey folks, Dan Frio here of the Opening Bell with Dan Frio, and I of course am Dan Frio. Want to talk about today stocks, crypto, real estate, and bonds, and today is March 15th, 2021. Good news. It looks like nothing but good news today in the markets, so don't go away. We'll be right back. Okay, the stimulus bill is finally done, signed, sealed, signed, and checks are being printed as we speak. So it should help millions of Americans out there. I'm going to stop going through the political things. I'm still going to speak my mind on how I personally feel. But again, guys, I'm doing this as unbiased as I can. Basically, what I'm looking at is what's this doing to us, the economy, our kids. You know, we all vote, and the politicians say, well, you know, we're leaving all this debt for our children, our grandchildren, and so forth. Well, we just spent $6 trillion on the COVID thing, and now they're talking about another $2 or $3 trillion, if not more, on an infrastructure bill. I think it's highly needed. If you look at China, you know, back a couple of years ago, everybody was saying, well, China's not a threat to us, and now they've eaten our shorts. So they're, you know, between their infrastructure, their buildings, their train system, their transportation system, all this other stuff, they're doing a fantastic job. Do I want to live in China? No, but they're doing a great job with their economy and a lot of other things. But that being said, let's focus on us. So where are we today with the markets, especially crypto and some other areas? Well, let's get to it. Again, the stimulus package has been sent. Dow eyes a fresh record at 33,000, yields steady. That's the good news. The big news right here is yields are steady. We also like this right here. Crude oil is starting to come back. That could help, but I still think there's going to be a reversal in crude. It's going to keep continuing going up because of supply demand. There's going to be more and more and more demand with less supply. A lot of the legislation that went through is going to cut production in the U.S. We actually last year we were a net exporter, and I see that turning around. So those are areas we're going to focus on. But right now we see that the stimulus did pass. They said checks should be out here any day now, and so let's go see what that's doing to the market. S&P basically nothing. Dow nothing. Nasdaq nothing. Russell 2000 nothing. That could be a lot better than red. Okay, so that's what's going on there. I'm going to just go through some areas where I've been focusing on, and like I say, we're going to go over the watch list here in a minute, is what I've been focusing on for the past month or two. If you go back and watch my videos, I'm switching most of my assets into energy, and that's represented right here, and financials. Right now, with the rise in yields and the rise in rates, a lot of portfolio managers are switching their focus out of technology because of the home play that we did for the last year. Everybody was working out of their house. So now they're switching into areas such as energy and financials. Energy in the last month was up 20%, financials up 10%, industrials up 7%. So that's what we're going to focus on right now. So we're going to start maybe moving some of my money out of the technical areas and into these areas, which we've already started that. Elon Musk just got a new name. He is now the master of coin at Tesla because he just bought, and if you haven't known this, in January he bought $1.5 billion of Bitcoin. Okay, so let's focus in those areas right now. So let's go back to this right here. Again, guys, I am not a stockbroker. I'm not a wealth advisor. I do this for educational and entertainment purposes only. I'm a mortgage guy. If I can help you with a mortgage, you're building, buying, refinancing, please let me know. Check out my channel, The Rate Update with Dan Frio on YouTube. We've got 12,000 subscribers. We get about 10,000 hits a day. People watching my rate update that I post every night at 4 o'clock, and my morning, the opening bell with Dan Frio that is starting to finally gain some traction. I do this just to educate you guys on the basics of finance. How to educate yourself in stocks. We just go over some basic terms. Cryptocurrency, what is it? How do you buy it? Should you buy it? Who's it for? Not for everybody. And real estate, we go over what's going on with real estate and mortgage rates, and bonds, because bonds do affect or have a trickle effect throughout the economy in stocks, crypto, and real estate. So let's get on to the rest of this piece of the puzzle. All right, so now we go to the watch list that we watch, our watch list. So we go down through here and let's see what we have. Right now we have our staples, and they've been our staples for a long time. We got Google, Apple, and Facebook. Okay, I have positions in all of those, and they've done very well throughout the years. Now is a time maybe that I'm going to start skimming back my holdings, but you see that Google is flat today, Apple is up 1.6%, and Facebook is up 1.7%. Awesome. But where I've been focusing on since the fourth quarter of last year is cryptocurrencies. Why? Is after the election, the thought process was, and the campaign promises were, that they were going to put out a stimulus package that would be record breaking. So my thought was, and it's my thought, is, well, we're going to pump out all this money into the system. What's it going to do? It's going to do two things: devalue the dollar and cause inflation. Okay, yes, it is going to help millions of people, but the economic effect is where I'm focusing on financials. It isn't political or personal. I look at it as, if they do this stimulus package, what's the ripple effect through the economy? Well, that money's probably, the studies have shown 30% of the money is getting saved. The rest of it is being used for bills and purchases. But in a micro piece of this, if we look at it with a microscope, what's it really going to do to the economy? Again, devalue the dollar and cause inflation. So my move was into cryptocurrencies, finally, after years of my son explaining it to me. So when I have positions in Bitcoin Cash, you probably never heard of that. You've heard of Bitcoin, but Bitcoin Cash is a piece of this puzzle. It is up 11% today. Bitcoin is up 2% today. Ethereum is up 3% today. Okay, so Bitcoin is basically, you've probably heard of Bitcoin. It's cryptocurrency, or crypto gold is what everybody's referencing as. Ethereum is the platform that it trades on. So again, and I explained this before, if you want to buy something through Amazon, you want to buy a product, you go to the internet, which would be Ethereum in this case, and you go to Amazon, which would be Bitcoin in this case. So I hope you find the relationship there. You can't buy Bitcoin without being on the Ethereum platform. Okay, that's how Bitcoin functions on the Ethereum platform. So I dug all the way down into the trenches to say, okay, what's other ways for me to play Bitcoin? For example, if you like Apple, or if you like the Apple phone, what should you think about? And again, guys, this is where I'm coming into play. We're trying to let you, or make you think. Okay, you like the Apple phone. Okay, cool. Will you buy Apple? Okay, good play. But now what? Well, let's think a little deeper. Okay, who makes the screens for Apple? Because every phone that sells has to have a screen. So let's find out who creates that screen. What chip is inside that Apple phone? Who makes the case? Who makes the speakers? And then we start digging down and finding those subcategories, and then trying to find a solid management company behind that, and then buy into that, because we know every time an iPhone sells, they're getting that piece of the puzzle from that company that we research way down deep in. So when you look at cryptocurrencies, the other area to focus on is not only Bitcoin, which is the currency, is Ethereum is the platform that it runs on, and then you have blockchain and miners. Okay, I won't go through that, but blockchain is the technology behind it, how it goes off on thousands and thousands of computers to legitimize the trade or the transferring of the Bitcoin. Okay, so I looked at Hive, which is a miner actually, and Riot blockchain. So these are miners and blockchain technology. This isn't the course to go through because I could talk for 2 hours on what that is. So Hive blockchain is up 1.23%, and Riot is up 3.8% today. Okay, so those are the areas that we focus on. However, we want to go back to this area here, we want to look at energy and financial stocks. So what's a good way to play those? Well, a good way to do that is by buying an ETF. What an ETF is basically a basket of stocks, like a mutual fund, but it trades like a stock. So it's a basket of stocks held. So you don't have to find a needle in the haystack, which is the best play or best stock to buy. You can go in and buy this ETF, which consists of a bunch of companies. So if you can go to all kind of websites, but money. Let's go to Yahoo Finance. But so you look up the ticker symbol, and the ticker symbol is RYE, okay? And then you go to the top holdings. So now we go through, and so now you can see that in that ETF, they hold Marathon Oil, 5% of its total assets, Diamondback Energy, Devon Energy, and you could go through all these. Okay, so by buying this one stock or ETF, you're actually accumulating shares or taking a position in all these companies right here. Okay, so that's our play on energy. That's what I'm buying right now. RYE is the ticker symbol. If you want to play, or if you're interested in getting into the financial sector, how I position myself is an ETF. And the ticker symbol is XLF. What I mean by ticker symbol, if you want to buy a stock, you don't go in and buy, I want to buy the financial select sector spider fund, blah, 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 blah. There is a ticker symbol. So it's usually 3 or 4 letters, and that's how you buy that stock. So if you went into your broker, you'd say, I want to add to my position of XLF. You could say the name and they could look it up and so forth, but this is basically, think of it as like the barcode. This is that piece of it. So now let's go into what's the holdings behind this. Well, Berkshire Hathaway, JP Morgan, Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Citibank, blah, blah. Look at all these stocks, huge companies. You know all of these, but if you wanted to put a position in on the financials, you'd have to say, which one of these do I want? And then you'd have to go in and try to buy a position. Like Berkshire Hathaway, BRK.B is trading at about $200 a share. Well, how many shares could you buy if you went that route? Or you can get into a position here at $34 a share, and you'd own positions in all of these companies. Okay, so that's what we focus on there. So we go back to our hit list. Let's see if anything is standing out for today. Let's go to the top. Google, nothing. Basically, we have Bitcoin Cash is up 10%. Nothing else here. I just want to see if there's an anomaly, something that just completely popped and is going out the roof. Nope, nothing. Oh, here's one. Load mining. Okay, this actually is they mine copper and silver. I'm not into copper and silver right now. Don't hold positions in that, and maybe at some point I will, but I'm not. Down through here, these areas here, they're all up 6, 5, 2, and 2. These are cannabis stocks. Now, these are speculative as well, basically just like the cryptocurrencies, but I do hold positions in many of these cannabis stocks. And the reason why I do that is I can't find a good ETF that I want to buy, so I put minimum positions in on all of these to kind of dollar cost average and add to my position on a weekly or monthly basis. But you can see each one of these are up between 2 and 6% right now. A great return. So now that being said, let's get into the cryptocurrencies. What's going on with those? Well, Bitcoin this weekend peaked and almost hit $60 or $61 a share, and it's come off that. Now we're trading at $56 a share. So I hold positions in Bitcoin and Ethereum, like we discussed on the when we went through our watch list, as well as Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash. So all of these, I go to where I find these is bitcoinmarketcap.com. You can get news there. You can do all kinds of things there. And I'm working on a playlist, a tutorial of walking you guys through, how to, learn more about Bitcoin, ways to invest, and a whole bunch of other areas. I'm working diligently on that, and that should be up within a couple weeks to a series that would take you about 5 or 6 steps into it, to introduce you to it, all the way through to how to manage it and monitor it. So that's that part of it. With the stimulus package being passed, what is going on with the dollar? Well, it should be going down, but it's up a little bit today. It's up 12 cents. We are above the black line, the trend line that we normally try to follow. I'm not. I want the dollar to be trading at 90 or below. That'll help all of these areas as well as cryptocurrencies. But we monitor this on a daily basis. Now, what's going on with mortgages and the treasuries? Mortgage-backed securities. This is what I do my show on every night. I go over what's going on with mortgage rates. This number right here, or this little cell, is what we follow. It is mortgage-backed securities. It's a bond that trades on Wall Street. You might have it in your investment. And as this is what's going on with the price of the bond. As the price moves up, the mortgage rates go down. We love when we see green. Unfortunately, right back in here, we peaked out and we plummeted from there. And now we're starting to stabilize. So we should be at least stabilizing right through here. So today I see an upward trend. We should be trading at about 100.5. We are at 100.27. So I'm expecting a move of about 13 more points in this area. Now, is it precise? No, but this based on all the studies that I do and all my technicals, we should be trading at about 100.5. What's going on with the 10-year Treasury? It is down 2, but we have peaked over the 1.4 mark. That is a benchmark. Then once we start peaking over 1.5, the stock market usually starts to deteriorate because of yields. And here's basically this in a nutshell. When the 10-year Treasury peaks over 1.5 yield, which is right here, people start moving out of stocks and into bonds. That's in its simplest form. I'll stop there because I don't want to go any further and lose you for this morning. But that is it for today. I hope you like my video. If you do, please make sure to subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. My channel is The Rate Update with Dan Frio. I am a mortgage guy. I've been doing it for over 30 years. Would love to help you. I'm licensed throughout the country. There are a few states that I am not licensed in, but if you're in those states, I would be more than happy to find you some help. So if you're looking to build, buy, refinance, any mortgage questions you have, you're in forbearance and you're like, Dan, how do I get out of it? Those are the areas where we can help you. So other than that, God bless. Have a great, profitable day, and I hope to see you at 5 o'clock today with The Rate Update with Dan Frio.